Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Alex Highsmith details the moment he realized how fast Justin Fields really is. The Pittsburgh Steelers made a major overhaul to their quarterback room this offseason when they signed Russell Wilson, traded Kenny Pickett, and traded for Justin Fields all within the same week. Wilson may have pole position in the quarterback competition, but Fields provides a skill set that is rare among NFL quarterbacks. His athleticism is a weapon, and very few players can beat him in a foot race. Alex Highsmith was asked about Fields during the Green Light podcast and detailed the moment that he learned firsthand how fast Fields is. "Man, dude's a special talent. He's a freak athlete, great quarterback," Highsmith said. "I remember my second year we played the Bears at home. It was like a Monday night game, I think. And I was chasing him around the edge, and he started scrambling out to the left side, and I was chasing behind him. He turned around and looked at me, he was gone. I'm talking about hit another level. That's when I really realized how fast he was." At one point just a yard or two away from Fields, it didn't take much time for the distance between the players to reach 5 or 6 yards of separation. He even blew past TJ Watt when it looked like Watt had the appropriate angle to make the tackle. Minkah Fitzpatrick was the one who ultimately ended the play with a big hit near the sideline. Some of you will remember this hit. Obviously, quarterbacks need to be much more than just fast to excel at the NFL level, but Fields has enough speed to deserve a look at training camp. Even if he doesn't win the competition with Wilson, reports indicate the Steelers already have plans to use Fields in specialized packages. That would almost certainly involve using his speed for an added element to the offense. "I just think he's just gonna provide a lot of value for us, and he's a great quarterback as well," Highsmith said. "So the competition between the two is just gonna bring out the best in them both, and I just can't wait to see." In his 3-year career, Fields has rushed 356 times for 2,220 yards and 14 touchdowns. His rushing success rate is 53.4%, and he has averaged 6.2 yards per attempt. In 2022, he had the second-best single-season rushing total for a quarterback in league history with 1,143 yards. Before he was drafted, Fields ran a 4.45-second 40-yard dash at the 2021 NFL Combine. He then ran a 4.44 at his pro day. Some players don't play up to their straight-line speed in pads, but Fields may actually play faster than his time indicates. That breakaway speed changes the math in defenders' heads when they are in pursuit. The standard angles that defensive players take won't work on Justin Fields. As Highsmith and Watt learned back in 2021. Kozora, Pittsburgh Steelers pre-training camp 53-man roster prediction. With training camp 24 hours away and the first practice the day after, it's time for my updated Pittsburgh Steelers 2024 53-man roster prediction. My last prediction came right after the draft, and since then, the team has made roster moves that have changed some of my predictions. Those will be reflected below. My next roster prediction will come either right before or after the Steelers' first preseason game. Analysis: no changes here, the overall theme of this updated prediction. Wilson and Fields may nominally have a battle, but it'll be a major upset if Fields wins it. Allen brings experience and comfort as the team's third stringer. Running backs: 3, Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, Cordarrelle Patterson. Analysis: I've begun to feel skeptical about Patterson's usefulness this season on offense or even in the return game. But he should still make the roster as the primary kick returner. Harris and Warren will be the Steelers' lead horses in an offense that could finish top 5 in rush attempts. Fullback: 0, none. Analysis: no true fullback, though Connor Hayward could be used here. Keep an eye on Jack Coletto in training camp. Tight ends: 4, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, Michael Pruitt. Analysis: in my off-season analysis, I left Pruitt versus Rodney Williams at a literal coin flip. Williams is younger and the better athlete/special teamer, but Pruitt knows the system and is a stronger inline blocker. An underrated but fun camp battle. Hayward could log time at fullback. Wide receivers, 5, George Pickens, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin 3, Van Jefferson, Des Fitzpatrick analysis, one change here. Putting Fitzpatrick in place of Marquez Callaway. Callaway brings intriguing height/weight/speed, but Fitzpatrick's calling card is special teams. That's different than the other veteran wideouts fighting for their spot. Austin earned plenty of praise in the spring, giving him an initial leg up in the fall. Jefferson has size and versatility and is familiar with Smith's system. Offensive tackles, 4, Broderick Jones, Troy Fautanu, Dan Moore Jr., Dylan Cook analysis, lots to watch here. How much play does Moore get at RT? Can Fautanu win the job? Can Cook continue his ascent, and if so, will Moore become expendable? Overall, it's a talented and deep group. Steelers working out former Cowboys QB, report. The Pittsburgh Steelers currently have 4 quarterbacks on their 90-man roster, with players reporting for training camp on July 24. But apparently, they aren't completely satisfied with the room. KPRC2 NFL insider Aaron Wilson reported that the Steelers are hosting former Dallas Cowboys and Denver Broncos quarterback Ben Dinucci for a workout on July 23. He cited a league source after delivering the news. Dinucci was most recently with the Broncos in 2023, serving as an emergency third stringer for Sean Payton, but he's best known for his time with the Cowboys. In 2021, Dinucci starred in HBO's Hard Knocks as he battled for a roster spot behind Dak Prescott. He failed to make the final cut that summer, throwing 4 interceptions during the preseason compared to 2 touchdowns, but did do enough to earn a practice squad role, sticking with the organization until the following cutdown in August of 2022. Dinucci also appeared in 3 Cowboys regular season outings the season prior, registering a 53.5 completion percentage with 7 sacks and a QBR of 10.2 throughout the 2020 campaign. Although his NFL track record has been unreliable so far, the 27-year-old Dinucci has proven himself at the XFL level, leading the Seattle Sea Dragons to a 7-3 record in spring of 2023. His team fell short against the DC Defenders in the playoffs, but to no fault of Dinucci, who threw for 3 touchdowns and a 102.3 passer rating that game. On the XFL season, Dinucci passed for 2,671 yards and 20 touchdowns over 10 starts at a completion percentage of 64.7. He also threw 13 interceptions while rushing for 305 yards and 3 TDs. Dinucci has history in Pittsburgh, starting games with the Panthers in 2017. He transferred to James Madison to close out his collegiate career. If the Steelers are taking a look at Dinucci, it probably means they're uncertain about the quarterback depth behind Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. That could mean trouble for reserves Kyle Allen and/or John Reese Plumlee. The 28-year-old Allen is the most established of these 3, having started games for the Carolina Panthers, Washington Commanders, and Houston Texans. He also served as a backup with the Buffalo Bills in 2023. It feels unlikely that the Steelers release Allen before training camp begins. Plumlee, a UDFA out of UCF, is less secure, but Pittsburgh liked the rookie enough to sign him after the draft. The Athletic's Mark Kaboly highlighted his athleticism on July 9, while also acknowledging that he's a long shot to make the roster. Of course, the alternative is that the Steelers take 0 chances at quarterback, rostering 5 throughout camp. A strategy of that nature might be considered a bit extreme, but Pittsburgh has already proven their unwillingness to take chances at the position this spring. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Ben Dinucci? Leave your opinion in the comments.